2014 was easily my most active year on Minecraft. I don't need to lecture anyone on how ridiculously popular of a game this was, and still is. Everyone was playing it, talking about it, wearing it. It was insane. I bet some of you still have that old creeper hoodie in the back of your closet somewhere. I was in middle school, maybe 7th or 8th grade, and I always had time to play video games after I did my homework. Life was so simple back then. I had just been introduced to Steam, and well, the idea of gaming on a PC in general, and I was just itching to find something I could sink some time into. In March 2014, I purchased a full version of Minecraft, which was pretty much all I played for the rest of the year. I started playing Mineplex and Hypixel, which were some of the biggest servers at the time, and dedicating a healthy amount of time to them. Me and my buddies would even talk on Skype while playing. I know, ancient technology here, but this is just the tip of the iceberg, friends. About a month or so before my 8th grade school year ended, I was introduced to a game mode that would reel me in past the point of no return. It was Minecraft Prison. If you don't know what Minecraft Prison is, let me break it down for you. This is a game where you start at the lowest level of a prison with nothing but your trusty pickaxe, and a dedicated area where you mine until your inventory is full, sell what you have, and repeat. You eventually get enough money to rank up to the next mine, which will have more valuable blocks, but the price you need to advance also increases. It's kind of like a Minecraft version of Cookie Clicker or a venture capitalist. It's essentially an idle game. It's a long way to the top, and that requires a lot of time. But for some reason, my 14-year-old ADHD-driven brain just latched onto this concept, and honestly, it was the first time I had played a game mode like this. The server was called Vortex Prison, and while it hasn't existed for over a decade, you can still find traces of it on server listings online. This was a small server, and I mean small. It was rare to see more than 10 people or so on at any given time. The owner and mods on this server were very active. They would chat with other people while playing, have server events, and it was a fun time. I would say it was my first real experience being truly active in a video game community, and I liked that the server was so small. There weren't a lot of active players on at any given time, sure, but everyone who was on was incredibly active. I became pretty well networked with most of these players. So I would come home from an absolutely stressful day of middle school, I'd speedrun all of my homework and hop on Minecraft Prison, knowing that there would be a couple players that I could talk to, trade items with, and just pass some time mining. It was like weirdly therapeutic for me. It was such a chill experience, something where I could listen to some epic EDM music in the background and, you know, just enjoy the game. It was now summer break, and I had 3 months of no school, which meant 3 months of hardcore Minecraft gaming. I instantly went from playing 3 hours a day to upwards of 6 to 10 hours a day. I was truly addicted. My goal was to progress through all the ranks, the lowest of which being A and the final rank being Z. But I wanted that pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, and that was freedom. Once you passed the final rank, you could escape the prison, which was just survival, but it felt so much more than that. It was your reward for all your hard work. It was just a silly video game prison looking back, but to a 14-year-old like me, it was basically real life. I needed to escape this prison like my life depended on it. This server would reset occasionally, giving everyone a fresh start and the opportunity to progress again, which was perfectly timed with my summer break. It was time to grind. So I would wake up, hop on Minecraft, and play until dinner time, which sometimes was my only meal for the day because I would forget to eat and then hop back on until bedtime. I was absolutely diabolical with my time on this server. I don't think you understand. I was progressing through the ranks, and in the process gained credibility in the community, eventually becoming a mod on the server, which was every 14-year-old's dream. I would spend time working on my creative plot with resources I gained from mining, trading with players, and even helping other players rank up in the process. Fast forward 2 months later, it was the end of July 2014, and I was on Z rank. I had poured almost 500 hours into Minecraft over a single summer, which is absolute insanity. I remember doing the math of how much money I needed. I converted that to blocks, and it was something crazy like over 200 large chests full. So I would make this giant wall of chests to mark my progress, and that was the grind. And you know what? I did it. I achieved my goal of getting freedom at the cost of over 500 hours of my life. I escaped the Minecraft prison like a boss. Just a few months after this, maybe around January 2015 or so, the server just mysteriously shut down forever. No updates from anyone working on the server, nothing. Dead silence. The owner vanished. We pieced together the most likely scenario. The owner was probably about to go to college and used their Minecraft server as a way to fund their tuition through people buying ranks and whatnot, and then just dipped with the bag. We never heard from this guy again, but it was after my peak activity on the server, so I wasn't necessarily devastated, just a little bit angry that they didn't care enough to keep it up. I'm certain that people watching this have had a similar experience with a game growing up, or maybe that's happening to you right now. Whether it's Minecraft, Roblox, TF2, Gmod, maybe a fighting game of some sort, or something else. I think a lot of us have a server or two that we've sunk a ridiculous amount of time into, or even poured way too much money into. It's at that time in our lives where we don't have jobs or girlfriends or anything else to worry about, and we genuinely enjoy just playing the same game for hours on end. It's something a lot of us don't really get back, but honestly, I'm always happy looking back on that time in my life. It was really simple. I had no concerns for anything other than playing Minecraft and having fun. The closest thing I've even felt to that in recent years is competitive Tetris, which is a story for a whole other day. But it's cool that there are still tight-knit communities out there where people can still have an experience similar to what I did. Pure bliss, in the moment, locked in on gaming.
Created by XP Flip Mode.